The results-driven Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce invites you to connect your business with 1,000 other companies just like yours, including education and workforce development, healthcare, professional services, manufacturing, retail, nonprofit, trades and vocations, hospitality, among many others, and benefit with chamber programs and services such as government affairs, energy and economic development, small business assistance, networking opportunities, women in business programs, young people in business programs, and more. We invite your business to become a starring member of the Merrimack Valley Chamber today and see what a difference this chamber will make for you. Join your community's most trusted, effective, and relevant business network connection today. The Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce.
Hello everyone, my name is Mike Bevilacqua. I'm the Vice President of the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce. I want to welcome you all to another edition of the Merrimack Valley Chamber Means Business Program. I'm here with a special guest today, Brandon Caron, who's with the Spectacle Management. And welcome to the show, Brandon.
Thanks, Mike. I'm glad to be here.
So, Spectacle Management, I think it's something everyone knows what it is. They may not know what it is right off the bat, but Lowell Memorial Auditorium, you're also in Nashua. You want to mention about a little bit what Spectacle Management is and what falls under that umbrella?
Yeah, absolutely. So Spectacle Management is a live event and venue management company based here in Massachusetts. It was founded back in 2013 by Peter Lowell. We manage the Lowell Memorial Auditorium, the Nashua Performing Arts Center, which will be opening in the fall of 23, as well as the Colonial Theater in Laconia, New Hampshire.
Okay.
And we present events all across New England, including on Cape Cod, Newport, Rhode Island, New Haven, Connecticut. We've even gone as far north as Portland, Maine. So we really try to bring national touring acts to many municipal buildings all across New England.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I think, like I was mentioning earlier, just a second ago, I think everyone in the Merrimack Valley knows one of your groups. They've been to at least one, if not more, of those different facilities. And the Lowell Memorial Auditorium, the Merrimack Valley Chamber has a number of different, we sell a number of different tickets to different events there. It's so great to have different shows right in the area, right in your own backyard. You don't have to travel all the way into Boston. You can go right to Lowell, you can go right to Nashua. She mentioned Laconia is coming up as well. So it's a great opportunity for people to get out there and see different shows.
Absolutely. These are all national touring quality performances, whether that's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which thankfully a lot of your members came to and enjoyed, Boston Pops this Sunday. We just had the band Kansas recently, so to be able to really bring these name brand bands to the Merrimack Valley, people can just leave work, go grab a bite to eat in their local hometowns, see the shows, and be home in 10 minutes after the show. It's really a great experience for everybody.
Yeah, you don't have to pay an arm and a leg. It's right down the highway. You just go down there, you park, you go right into the place, and you enjoy a great show. And the view from every seat's amazing. That's one thing I will say about all your different venues. The view from every seat, you're not going to be stuck in the rafters somewhere. You're literally right there. You're looking right at the performance. It's right there in front of you. And you mentioned the Boston Pops. You're not only going to see the Boston Pops in Lowell, you always get Keith Lockhart as well, which is a great opportunity. So I always want to commend you for that also. For people who haven't been to one of your venues, what's something that separates one of your venues, the Lowell Memorial Auditorium, the Nashua Performing Arts, the one in Laconia coming up? What separates you from the competition? What separates you from the rest? Why should people travel to come see one of your shows?
Yeah, I think there's a couple reasons. One, all of our venues are very unique, and they're truly different experiences to see a show. The Lowell Memorial Auditorium was built 100 years ago this September, so you can see a lot of the beautiful architecture from the granite work and the marble work that immigrants created years ago. Like you said, it's a big venue, but not a bad seat in the house.
Yes.
Nashua is being built right now, so there's a lot of modern architecture and modern technology. It really is going to be a modern luxury experience for folks.
Sure.
And the Colonial Theater is a merging of the two. It was built in 1914, but it was just renovated this past year.
Okay.
So there's certain elements of the hand-painted work that you can see from 1914, but there's also the most modern light and sound that you can find in any venue. Secondly, I think it's family affordable. Most of our ticket prices fall under $100. All of our concession stands are family-friendly pricing. You said parking, it's $5-10 at each venue, if that, and it's right in your backyard. So I think that really kind of separates folks from some of these other venues and experiences that are out there.
Sure, and you mentioned you have some great shows as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Boston Pops. You have a lot of annual shows that come back each and every year. Tell us about that as well.
Yeah, the Boston Pops is definitely one of the greatest holiday traditions in the Merrimack Valley, we think. It's been in the venue for a number of years now. We're getting ready to actually start in January the 75th anniversary of the Golden Gloves boxing tournament.
Oh, okay.
Which is an amateur boxing tournament that happens every Thursday from January to March. So remember, folks, Thursday night is fight night at the Lowell Auditorium. And it features all the best amateur boxers across New England. The tournament's been very lucky over the years to have some of the names like Marvin Hagler and Mickey Ward that have fought in that and gone on to nationals or Olympic teams. We've also got a bunch of national cheering and dance competitions that come every spring, which a lot of people kind of raise an eyebrow at when we say, but it's, for us, it's a great opportunity to really bring hundreds, if not thousands of people to downtown Lowell in the springtime when the restaurants really need that boost and help drive that economic development. But also it gives a chance for these kids to perform on a real stage and be a part of the action, and then they grow up being performers themselves, or they come back later as patrons.
Gives them a great start. So.
Yeah, so it really gets them in at a young age.
But you mentioned something there. I think those different venues should be commended for. When they come see a show, it's not just to come see a show. It's you're gonna go maybe stay in a hotel in the area. You're gonna go to the restaurants in the area. You're gonna even just get gas in the area. So you're helping the whole economy of Lowell or Nashua or wherever your places are, because people are coming in to see those shows.
Absolutely, absolutely. And one of the things we do, most of our concession stands are smaller operations for that very reason, because we want people to go to local restaurants before and after the show, go grab a drink and then head home or get a hotel in the area, and just really kind of help make it more than just a show for the city and really drive some value.
Win-win for everyone involved. And
absolutely.
So you also do, you sell individual tickets. It's so easy to do. I've done it myself. Some of your WWE events, I've been there, and you just go on the website. It's so easy to just buy a ticket, see where you're going to sit, and just go and enjoy the show. But you also, which with the Merrimack Valley Chamber is a part of, is sell group tickets. So if there's organizations out there that want to bring a whole group, how do they do that?
Absolutely. We've got a lot of information on lowellauditorium.com, or you can email me at bkaren@spectaclelive.com. But we have a lot of different points for folks to interact with the auditorium. It could be those single tickets, like you mentioned. It could be group outings where you just buy a group of tickets and come. We also have a few rooms, including the Oaks Room and our 3V Lounge, that folks can rent for pre- and post-show get-togethers. You could even rent the auditorium yourself if you really want to have a gala or a really big group gathering. So there's a number of different ways that folks can enjoy the venues.
Yeah, and the Chamber's actually been to some of the banks in the area, rent out the whole auditorium. They have their annual parties there and galas there and award ceremonies there, and it's an amazing venue for an event. Tell everyone at home what goes into planning one of those events, with working with the auditorium or working with one of your other groups. How do they plan that all? Do they just book it, and then what goes on after that? Yeah,
so they reach out to us, and we get it under contract, and then our staff will work with them to help develop the concept of the event and execute it. We've got a full in-house event management team, like I said, food and beverage team. We also have technical production staff that can help plan anything. And we've had a number of annual galas, whether it's the Boys and Girls Club of Lowell, which generates a lot of money for their annual fund. Mm-hmm. St. Jude comes every year. It's one of their biggest fundraisers in the Northeast. So, we're able to take events, small local events, all the way up to something as big as St. Jude. So we can really help those organizations realize their dreams and raise a lot of money.
Makes it easy for them because you don't have to call a caterer, you don't have to drag everything in. You book it with your team, they call you, and they get everything done for you. It's not like you have to go out and do more work and get, you're already worrying about so much, I'm sure, to plan one of those big events. You make it easy for them, so that's a great opportunity for people out there. Why don't you tell everyone at home the contact information, how they find out more about the different theaters as well, before we move on?
Absolutely. So if you go to spectaclelive.com, that will have a listing of all of our venues across New England, our team, our upcoming shows, the services that we offer. And then specifically the lowellauditorium.com. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and that will keep you up to date with all the upcoming shows. You can sign up for our email club. We also have a new membership program just for $99. You can get a membership to all of our venues across the Spectacle Live network that allows you to get early access to tickets, early access to upcoming, knowing when the upcoming events are, discounted ticket fees, and some other great experiences. So it really is a great way to kind of be that first to know and kind of have that VIP experience.
Really a great opportunity, yeah. And it's included, which is a great opportunity for people right here in Lowell and Massachusetts and throughout the Merrimack Valley. Obviously your venues had a tough year a couple of years ago with COVID. It shut everything down. Tell us about how you opened things back up and how you brought people back in.
Yeah, it certainly has been a difficult year, like for many businesses. Unfortunately, for the live event business, when we first shut down and went through social distancing, that sort of ended our ability to have events for quite a period of time. This last March or April, we really got started working again with the city of Lowell to come up with how to safely have events, and we started doing some social distanced events. We instituted a mask mandate, and really worked with those dance competitions, some local charities that wanted to do some streaming for their galas, and really tried to reinvent our way that we were doing events to keep the doors open last year. And then as the year has progressed into this fall, we're back to full capacity. But we do have some mask mandates and have gone through some extensive cleaning protocols to make it a safe experience for everybody.
Yeah, it's so great to have you back. As we mentioned, when you're shut down, those performers, they're shut down. The local restaurants, the hotels, everything in the economy in that area, it takes a hit as well. So it's great to have the Lowell Memorial Auditorium, your Nashua, your all those different locations we talked about back up and running, because it helps everyone be a win-win together. You talked about some of the annual shows that you have coming in. How do you pick new shows? How do they reach out to you? What new shows do you have coming? How does that whole process work? And is there anything on the horizon that's coming in that hasn't been to Lowell or Nashua or any of the locations yet?
Yeah, it comes to us a couple different ways. We have 2 full-time talent buyers on our staff, and their job is to contact the national touring agencies, the CAAs, William Morris's of the world, and see which artists are going out on the road touring, and then they try to bring them to Lowell. We also have some other promoters or just individuals that will rent the Lowell Memorial Auditorium. So there's a number of different ways that we bring the talent in, but definitely for next year, it's looking to be a loaded calendar. Some folks may or may not know that September 2022 is the 100th anniversary of the Lowell Auditorium.
Oh, congratulations.
So, thank you. So we're really trying to plan a really busy schedule and hopefully have some really big names coming in September.
Sure. What changes are taking place, if any, at Lowell or Nashua, or obviously the new ones are going to be a lot of changes because there's a brand new facility, but what changes have been taking place? I know you said you upgraded one of your location, the Nashua location, so anything on the horizon for Lowell? And tell us about more of those improvements that took place in Nashua as well.
Yeah, Lowell has really gone through a transformation in the last 5 to 10 years. There's been some new flooring on the concourses. We're working through with the city to do some new lighting, to upgrade to LED lighting on the inside to have some brighter lighting. We've also made some serious investments into the stage production, so we can have better lights and sound in the venue for shows and for people who rent the auditorium. Just before the pandemic, we also had an old kind of coat closet thing that we used to use, and it's been transformed into new accessible bathrooms on our main level to create more accessibility in the Lowell Auditorium. And then in the spring, we're going to start working on some of the exterior of the building. Being a 100-year-old building, it's in great shape, but it does have a little character that needs some cleaning up on the outside.
So tell us, people at home, they've never been to these. If they haven't been to these locations yet, why should they come out to one of your locations?
Yeah, I think it's similar to what we talked about earlier. I think being able to see these, whether it's your niece dancing on the stage or cheering, whether it's your favorite band from back in the day, or just coming out with your children to Rudolph or Boston Pops, you can really make some great memories in all of our venues. They're right in your backyard. It's an affordable night out. And I think it's something that, especially as we're trying to get back into society and get those experiences again, it's going to be a really great opportunity for people to reconnect again.
And I think the thing, I think the people that have been there before and continue to go each and every year, they realize this is a really hidden gem right in our own backyard. The people that haven't been there yet, these are national acts that are coming out to these facilities. They're not people like local production or something like that. These are national acts that travel throughout the country, correct?
Absolutely. We just recently had Kansas and Mannheim Steamroller. Earlier in the fall, we had Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys. So there are some big names that definitely come through our venues and are attractive opportunities for folks to come out to shows.
Sure, and it's all ages too. There's something for kids, there's something for adults,
Absolutely.
There's something for all fight night, as you said, and Thursdays as well. So, do you have are your facilities on social media as well?
Yeah, all of our venues and Spectacle Live as a whole is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and we also have a presence on LinkedIn as well.
Perfect. And tell us what is your favorite part about working at one of these? Do you work with all those different facilities? What's your favorite part of it? What do you see that comes out of it as well?
Yeah, specifically I'm the general manager of the Lowell Auditorium, and then I do travel around to our other venues. And for me, it's seeing people's faces as they're leaving the venue. One of my favorite times of the year night is to stand at the exit as people are leaving and thank them for coming out to the events. But it's just seeing the fact that everybody leaves with a smile on their face.
Yes.
And that tells us that our team did a good job, the show was great, and the people really enjoyed their time in our venues. And hopefully that they told some friends and are going to come back themselves. So for me, that's always the most rewarding part, is to see all the smiles and happy folks leaving.
Yeah, the great thing, like I mentioned, is that there's not a bad seat in the house. They're all literally right there almost. And like I said, I went to some of the wrestling events, I went to some of the concerts. you're sitting right there, and you're almost like right there in front of the front row, even in the back row, it doesn't matter. You're right in the ring. It feels like it's amazing feel that you have in Lowell, and I'm sure the same in Nashua in the short when you're opening up the new facility as well. We mentioned you have the Boston Pops coming this weekend, and it's such a great opportunity for people to come right in the Merrimack Valley. I'm not sure if you can mention them yet. What are some of the acts you have coming as we end 2021 right now? What are some of the acts you have coming in 2022, whether it be a repeat one or a brand new one?
Absolutely. We do have a couple repeat ones that folks may know. Again, like I mentioned, the Golden Glove starts right up in January when we get back from the Christmas break.
Yep.
And that will run all the way through March. Also in early February, we have Phil Vassar, who has come to the Lowell Auditorium to sell out crowds a number of times. He'll be back kind of doing a solo acoustic show that will be we're actually trying a new cabaret seating style on the floor, so that should be a fun new experience at the Auditorium. And then we just have a number of other shows coming up over the course of the year, some that are on our website and some that are not. So I definitely recommend that everybody checks out our website at lowellauditorium.com.
And tell everyone how to get part of that advantage of seeing those emails that come out that show you what's coming up beforehand, so you can get tickets before other people get them, and also discounts. How do they take part in that again?
Absolutely. So if they go to lowellauditorium.com, we have a tab that says memberships. If you click on that membership, it's just a one-time payment of $99, and that allows you to know when shows are coming in advance. You get that early access to buy tickets before the public does, have some discounted ticket fees, the ability to exchange tickets if you can't go into a performance.
Sure.
Really sort of a white glove type experience. And that's not only just at Lowell, that's across all of our buildings and any of the other buildings that we present shows
Such a great opportunity to get that head start on other people, and right through those different partnership groups. So I want to thank you again for being part of the show. But as we begin to close out the episode again, I really think the group tickets are a great opportunity for businesses, families, whatever it may be in the area. Tell everyone at home again how to take part in that and how they learn more about that opportunity as well.
Absolutely. So if you visit lowellauditorium.com, we have a tab that's our groups tab, and you can also reach out to me directly at bkaren@spectaclelive.com. And like you mentioned, it's a really great opportunity for businesses to come out, bring their friends, their families, different clients, to really have a great experience. A prime example at the Boston Pops is we have UMass Lowell's Alumni Association. They bought 150 tickets. They're coming in advance. They rented one of our function hall rooms to have a gathering with the university president. They'll go into the show and then they'll leave, and it really is kind of a one-stop shop for all of those experiences, whether that's trying to raise some money, just show some employee recognition. There's a number of different ways that we can have your group at our venue and help with food and beverage packages, rooms, tickets, all of it. We can really help white glove the experience.
What are the range ticket range in numbers? What's the lowest amount you can buy for a group, and then the most you can buy for a group as well? If you have that.
Absolutely. So we try to make it accessible in the fact that we consider a group only 10 tickets or more. So even the smallest birthday parties or groups can get those group discounts or benefits. And then we can go up as big as people want, all the way up to renting the whole auditorium if they really want to. So we can accept groups of all sizes. There's no group too small or too big.
And think about a birthday party right at the, what better birthday party? If you have a young child to go see Rudolph, a group, an event like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or if you're an adult having a birthday party, bringing all your friends to that concert. I mean, you'll be the talk of the town after that. So that's a pretty cool opportunity. And you can also rent out the Lowell Memorial, one of those other ones. If you have like a big giant party, or if you have a big annual event or annual gala, that opportunity is there as well, which is very cool. Why don't you tell everyone at home one more time about that opportunity as well?
Absolutely. So we have a number of spaces in the venue that can be rented, whether it's just renting our lobby for a group of 100. We've got the 3V Lounge, which is another one that can hold 100. The Oaks Room is small enough to hold just 10 folks if you want.
Yep.
We have the Jeanne d'Arc Credit Union Piano Bar that can hold 25 people, and then we also have the auditorium itself that can hold up to 3,000.
So it's really cool. You have an opportunity for any size group, any sort of function, and then you take care of it all.
Absolutely. We've got all the tables and chairs in-house. We've got some linens in-house, and then we do have a catering partner where we also are an opening house. So if there are some folks that you work with in your normal course of business, they're allowed to come in and cater as well.
And what type of foods is the catering options?
We work with Lindsay's Restaurant here in Dracut.
Lindsay's is the best. So.
Yeah.
We have an annual mixer at Lindsay's that always blows people away, and they bring that big train barbecue sometimes, and blows people away as well.
Absolutely. So, and we're very lucky being in Lowell that there's a number of caterers and restaurants in the area that can help create some great food options for your event.
Perfect. Why don't you just one last time tell everyone home the website, the social media accounts, if there's a phone number that they can call and find out more information, and anything else you'd like to add as well.
Absolutely. So the Lowell Memorial Auditorium can be found at lowellauditorium.com. We're also the Lowell Memorial Auditorium on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And then Spectacle Live is spectaclelive.com, and that will give you all of our venues. And we're located right at 50 East Merrimack Street in downtown Lowell. So we welcome you all to a future show or event and hope to see you there.
Perfect. And again, the Merrimack Valley Chamber, we have events at the Lowell Memorial Auditorium. Love to come back down to Nashua maybe sometime, see one of the new venues also. But we hear from our members, we hear from the people that go to these events. They're blown away about how, the great shows that are done at these places, the great views that are there, how easy it is to get there. So I just want to thank you for making these opportunities available for people, especially after last year with the pandemic where people were stuck in. They can get out again, they can see these great shows right in their own backyard. The tickets aren't too expensive, the parking's very, very reasonable, the food in the area is amazing. So thank you again for making these opportunities available to people right here in the Merrimack Valley and beyond.
Absolutely, thank you. And we hope that everyone takes advantage of it, and we'd love to see you at a show very soon.
Perfect. Anything to add as we close out?
Just that, remember, where all of our venues are right in your backyard. They're safe, great entertainment, and we welcome you all to come out and get out of our houses finally.
Perfect. And as I mentioned, the cool thing about Lowell Memorial Auditorium is that when the Pops come, Keith Lockhart comes as well. It's an awesome opportunity. You're not just seeing the Pops, you're seeing Keith Lockhart as well.
Absolutely. Yes, it's the best annual holiday tradition we have in the Merrimack Valley, in our opinion.
Perfect. Well, I want to thank you all for joining us for another edition of the Merrimack Valley Chamber Means Business Program. Thank you again, Brandon. We appreciate it. One last time, just tell us about this new venue opening up. And where did you say it was opening up again?
In Nashua.
In Nashua. Tell us about this venue one last time before we close it.
Yeah, Spectacle is really happy to partner with the City of Nashua and Nashua Community Arts to open the Nashua Arts Center. It's going to be located right at 201 Main Street in Nashua. If you're familiar with it, it's right next to Martha's Exchange, across from Fratello's. So it's going to be a 750-seat theater that's built fresh from the ground up. All the modern features, modern technology. Located right on Main Street in Nashua with a bunch of great restaurants, parking. It's really going to be a gem of southern New Hampshire.
Well, I'm excited about it. That's why I'm asking about it again. I want to get these
we'll have to have you at a show,
knowledge. Yeah, I'm going to try to get the secrets out from them. But thank you all again for joining us. Brandon, I want to say thank you for taking the time out of your schedule. I know you got the Pops this weekend. You got a lot of great holiday things coming up. So thank you again for joining us today for another edition of the Merrimack Valley Chamber Means Business Program.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Perfect. And again, if anyone's interested in learning more about the Chamber of Commerce, you can visit us at merrimackvalleychamber.com. You can follow our social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube as well. You can watch us too if you're watching the show on YouTube. But thank you all again for joining us. We appreciate the Lowell Memorial Auditorium, Spectacle Management for being part of the show. So thank you, Brandon. And we look forward to seeing you all next time. Thank you.